Welcome back to the Michigan Business Beat, brought to you on the Michigan Business Network. Chris Holman here from our remote studios at the garden level of the Holman House. But we're going to go downtown Lansing, Michigan right now to the Lansing, to the Lansing Center, which is just the center of life in mid-Michigan, right? And President and CEO of LEPFA, and we'll explain who that is in just a second, is Scott Keith. Scott, good to have you on. How you doing?
Good to see you, my friend. Yes, downtown Lansing slowly coming back and being vibrant again. It's, walked downtown this morning. It was good seeing people out and about.
Well, and of course you went through those, I always think of you and Julie Pinkston, who started as the head of the Convention Visitors Bureau one day before COVID. And just what you have gone through in that period of time and the meaning of coming back out. It's unbelievable.
Yes, the Lansing Entertainment Public Facilities Authority, we manage the downtown entertainment properties for the city of Lansing. So that LEPFA is a mouthful, but coming out of the pandemic, we're still not there. People expect us to be back to 100% when you're attending something here, and staffing levels are still not there, like in many service industries. Good luck. I'm sure you're talking to everybody. Getting an oil change sometimes take a couple of weeks. Good luck getting into your doctor's office. I mean, there's still challenges to be had by everybody in a service industry, but particularly the hospitality industry, tourism industry. We're still climbing.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. And the people issue is one of the things I wanted to talk to you about. But, people forget that when they contract with LEPFA, those meetings are sometimes 2 and 3 years out. So it doesn't turn around overnight.
Yes, and some of these groups are just coming back. Was speaking with a customer in the building today, a good friend of ours, and she was mentioning she's doing a hybrid event. And she said, it's like planning 2 events at one time. It's a lot of work. And I said, yeah, the hybrid model, although it does serve certainly a certain catalyst for it, but really getting back in person is where we need to be. And people, when they're comfortable, will get there. So, getting back, whether you're going to a baseball game or coming to see a concert or whatever, it's different for everybody. And so we're still climbing back out of it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. But there is no substitute for all of you being in a room, which is really nice. So very quickly, LEPFA, what all is your authority over?
So we're a semi-governmental agency that manages properties for the city currently. We manage the Lansing Center. So if you're attending an event at Lansing Center, somehow you're coming in contact with us. Over at the stadium, Jackson Field, home of the Lansing Lugnuts. You're typically attending a Lugnuts event, but we act as kind of the landlord for the tenant. So we manage the property and make sure that it's in great condition. At Grossbeck Golf Course, we're currently managing that as well. So if you want to go out and play golf in the only city-owned golf course currently, that's us. And there's certainly been a lot of talk about that lately. But we've really, COVID, if one thing, did help golf have a little bit of a rebound. So golf course, and then we're involved in a lot of other activities that you all attend. Silver Bells in the City, the state lighting of the tree, that's coming up just around the corner. So we're involved in a lot of events in downtown Lansing.
You certainly are. So let's talk a little bit about some of the recent happenings. First of all, you've got a new slate of officers on your board.
So our board is appointed by the mayor, approved by city council, but they do have some representation of our region. And so our new officers, chair is Larry Leatherwood, longtime community activist and partner. He's chairing up our board this year. Vice chair is Kenric Hall, who's general manager of the Radisson. So we have some hotel experience on our board. Obviously, looking at the Lansing Center, one of the things that we're kind of given a premise to do is to bring people downtown to stay overnight. So the Radisson has a key element to that. Maureen McNulty-Saxton, a new member of our board, is the secretary and treasurer of our board. She is vice president with Van Dyke Horn PR firm, and very active. And then our past chair, James Stajos, who owns Pro Fireworks, is also still a member of our executive team of our board.
Yeah. Well, listen, you recently got some rather significant accreditation. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, it's something I put off for a couple of years, and during the pandemic allowed me to really concentrate on it. In our industry, which is International Association of Venue Managers. So it can be anybody from stadiums to arenas to theaters, convention centers. We all belong, and you want to strive to become certified in certain areas. And the highest certification is a certified venue executive. And it's a process. It's not, I explain to people, it's not just, oh, you've been here long enough, we'll check the box. You have to write a thesis. You have to take a test. And then the last part is you have to do an oral exam with your peers. And so it's a really long drawn out process. You have to achieve certain points that happens with certainly tenure, but it's a process. And so, I decided to do that through pushing of some peers. And this past year, I finally completed it in about a year, which is, a little bit unheard of. Usually it takes about 2 years, but I really pushed myself. And there's only about 300 of us in the world that have achieved this certification. So it was a pretty cool deal. And, I encourage anyone in the executive field to continue your education, continue your progress, because it is worthwhile to have your peers say, hey, you've reached the pinnacle.
Well, and we're actually out of time, but I wanted to throw a little plaudit to Mindy Biladeau, your Vice President of Sales and Service, who also got some pretty fresh credentials recently. So keep this thing going, my friend. You're on your way back and you're doing a great job.
Thanks, Chris. Keep doing what you're doing.
Well, we will, as long as we keep getting paid. Scott Keith, President and CEO of LEPFA, the Lansing Entertainment and Public Facilities Authority. You're watching the Michigan Business Beat on the Michigan Business Network. We'll be right back with more. I'm Chris Holman.